I can't go.
La 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 la.
So I go downtown.
To look for a job.
No, I've never done that. Look for a job. Either jobs have been handed to me, or I don't. I actually went to McDonald's and tried to get a job at McDonald's once. Applied there, and they were just kind of like, "Nah, we're not gonna hire you." And I had long hair or whatever. I'd probably been up 2 or 3 days and something like that. So somehow I didn't get that McDonald's job. But I used to deliver pizzas to your house for a very brief time.
I worked at Pizza Hut and 3 other pizza places myself.
I remember my first day on the job, I got a check. Like I was way out there fucking, I don't know, past Ruthroff. I was way in the fucking boonies, out in Ina and Thornydale area. Right, in some neighborhood that I don't know where the hell it is. I couldn't find it now. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Like out where Dennis used to live.
Okay.
And I got a check, and somehow I lost the check. It blew out the window, and I drove all the way back to the fucking pizza place, which is at Flowing Wells and Roger. And then I couldn't, and then I didn't have the money, and then boom, I went straight back there, and I found the fucking check on the ground. That's a true story.
Wow.
That was like $18. I would have been, boom, $18, I was responsible for that money, those pizzas. You ever deliver pizzas, Marty? You ever deliver food?
Open the podcast bay doors, Hal.
You ever work in the
It's
food
time for the
industry at
GMR
all?
Podcast. Let's call it the G and M and sometimes R featuring S podcast.
Yeah.
Week 15.
With Marty Catola.
Gene Mott.
And Steve-O.
There you go. All right,
Something
I guess,
like that. Oh,
guess
yes,
this
I
is
did. I did deliver food for a while. It really will wear down your vehicle.
Yeah. What was that?
It'll tear your car apart.
For
man.
sure.
But, it's all about the tips, and sometimes you get some good tips, and sometimes they just don't tip you because you got lost. Nowadays with GPS, is it easier to deliver food? Let us know at GMR Podcast on Twitter.
Yeah. We got any Twitter activity?
Well, let's check that out.
Because I've been talking about it and passing out the cards. I don't know if people have been signing up or what. I went to the smoke shop the other day, yesterday, a matter of fact, and I handed out a couple cards, and I handed one to Shane, the owner. I believe he's the owner, the manager. And he's like, oh, well, this is about the podcast. Like, he already knew about the podcast. I wasn't sure if he knew about the podcast, but apparently he did. But I think the business cards they kind of impress people. They're like, well, these guys are serious.
Oh, yeah.
They have a business card, and I don't know what they think about the Twitter thing. But I'm just like, yeah, send us
Twitter
questions.
just
Send us questions. You got a
solidifies the
question.
deal right there, man.
Right?
Twitter
you send
just
your
makes us
questions to us on
update.
Twitter throughout the week. And then when we get here, we didn't send out a Twitter that we were here and waiting for raid like we did last week. Because we were kind of, I don't know, it's one of those days. Anywhere we're here, Marty will send out a Twitter like right pretty soon. Maybe Sarah's out there.
Yeah, and then hopefully we'll talk to some of you on the second half of this podcast when we go live.
Yeah, we'll Twitter that out for sure. Twitter that out. We'll tweet. We'll send a tweet.
Send a tweet.
We'll get that Twitter out there. We'll Twitter. What were you saying? They said that Dog the Bounty Hunter chick said they got there and they tweaked their drugs. That's where they tweaked their drugs.
She said, that's where he goes to tweak dope.
Oh, tweak dope.
I thought that was just the worst saying I've heard all week.
Just like Ali G, like his language, right? Is it Howard Stern and Sacha Baron Cohen was one of the guests. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It also said Ali G, but he wasn't there as Ali G. He was there
I'd
as
love to
Sacha
see
Baron
that.
Cohen. And once again, he was talking about the time he was in Tucson and sang that song, "Throw the Jew Down the Well."
Yeah, that was it. Like the New West, which
Is
is
that
like this
where it was?
country line
The New
dancing
West.
bar. Yeah, it was over at the New West, and he goes up there, and they were just unsuspecting. None of them had ever heard of the All AG show.
Oh no, they totally
He
thought
cruised
they
down
bought
fourth,
it.
though. He
Oh,
cruised down
11
fourth.
followers.
11, and still our power grows or shrinks a little bit, but then it's still our power. The underlying base, we have a solid base. Okay,
So-
guys? We have a solid base, and still GMR Podcast grows. Pondo Chitlin Productions grows. Pondo's Children's, I don't know what it is.
Resisting arrest,
Dilly Gaff, Zero Defects,
freedom assault.
Radiation Suits,
Thunder
Freedom
Lips.
Assaults, High Intentions. I don't know what's going on with that band, but I heard them last night, and they were way better now that Shadow's not there. 8 out of 10 people agreed.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's pretty amazing. We're also glad Shadow's not there, and I'm dropping that name now because I think he's long gone and nobody gives a shit, and we all kind of agreed. We're glad he's gone. Let's
Shadow
just-
Stevens.
The Shadow Stevens. He was badass.
There's shadow puppets over here. Sorry.
Hollywood Squares.
Remember Skip Stevens?
Skip
Stevens.
Stevenson's at Real
Skip
People.
Stevenson's Real People. Now that was the first reality show. Was that the
Yeah,
first?
and they didn't even call it reality TV, but that's
Mm-hmm.
incredible. Watch it all the time. Solve a Rubik's Cube with your feet. I always
about
loved the
Mr. Wizard?
video
Mr.
game.
Wizard
was kind of a
Mr.
reality show.
Wizard. That's what that Big Bang Theory we were watching was kind of a tribute to Mr.
Yeah.
Well,
Wizard.
Mr. Wizard was always kind of like a Saturday morning type of.
Yeah.
This guy, it was just like a.
How
kid
else would
show.
I
That
learn-
was a
He had
kid
been around
show.
for
How
a
else
long
would I
time.
learn how to make
I'm
rock
saying
candy?
that's a kid show.
I
It's
watched
not
that
really a
during the
reality
80s all the
show.
time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
man.
really a reality show. Like
It was
Real
though.
People was.
Real People was about finding
Mr.
people
Rogers.
people that had strange
weird,
things
yeah,
that they
Americana, just weird shit. Look what these people are doing. What are these?
That's
this
incredible. Was
stuff.
like I don't know, the AGT of its time.
That's right. Except they weren't voting. The AGT of its time was really the Gong Show.
Yeah, right.
That's true. The Gong
You
Show.
know?
We briefly touched on that.
They've specialized
oh,
now
man.
where they've got just the singing
Unknown Comic.
competition, and then
Today
they
it's
got the
so
comic
much more brutal.
competition.
It's so brutal today, though.
But AGT is just an overview of everything, isn't it?
I
Think
haven't
of the-
watched it, so
Well, from what I hear on Howard Stern, it sounds like they have everything from puppets to comedians
yeah,
to.
but
Mhm.
you know,
Singers,
Britain's Got Talent. Britain's
everything.
Got Talent is brutal. I mean,
Oh yeah, do you
man,
know about
there's
this?
there's
You heard this
some-
story?
it makes sense.
There's a kid that
Marty
actually
should already know about this.
shot himself on the show apparently in 2011.
Wow.
How do you not know about this if it
I
actually
seen it.
happened?
Uh,
He saw it.
I saw Simon Cowell's reaction.
Well, maybe you just
to
saw
it, him
some editing,
flinching.
some weird editing.
No, they just turned the camera.
Let's read the headline.
Because I know Big Brother
Into the-
Canada started their first season ever a few months ago.
Oh well, shit. We could watch that, and we don't even understand that, dude.
And now,
Why don't we start doing alternate Big Brother? Fucking,
Oh,
you don't have the time, do
I
you?
certainly don't have the time.
Marty,
hey, you know, I
gotta
haven't even
make
been
the
able to-
time,
I haven't even
dude.
been able to watch one episode of Bates Motel. and
You
I
know
was,
what
like,
I'll do?
all big on
You know
that.
what I'll do to
They
help
got
you out?
renewed.
Here's what I'll do to help
It-
you make the time, Marty.
It's going to be a season
I'll start
2.
taking the bus
Okay.
over here about 10 o'clock. I'll meet you at work. And then we'll just start doing this like every night.
Yeah, nothing but Big Brother Canada.
Yeah, we'll just watch Big Brother Canada for the next 3-4 months. Or until Big Brother
Just-
Tucson
just to get
starts.
ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
and
to
then
get a base.
I'll continue to come over to your house at that time. Or no, I'll meet you at work. That's what I'll do. And that'll be fun. See? And then we'll be so on top of this shit, and our numbers will go through the roof. What are you doing in there, Steve?
He's thinking it opens from the left
Steve?
hand side.
I'm just getting a charisma boost.
Potato. You say potato, I say potato.
Potatoes.
I say charisma boost.
Because who really says tomato anyway?
No, not anymore. I remember when I was a kid.
Gene Tomato.
I was like, let me have a tomato. That's how I say, like, tomato.
With vinegar and pepper. Please.
So let's just remind everybody: 3 weeks to Comic-Con.
3
20
weeks.
days.
How do we
The
go?
countdown's come
How
down.
on earth do we go 11 minutes into this podcast and did not say 3 weeks to Comic-Con?
21 days. 21
What
days.
have we been talking about nonstop since the first podcast back in
That's
January
the best
Crunch
2015?
time. It's crunch
Way
time.
back in those
people.
Yeah.
ancient days where it was 20 weeks to Comic-Con. That seems unfathomable.
Wow.
That's a luxury
wow.
right
Is that what it
there.
was the first
That would be
week?
such
I
a
don't know, something
luxury.
like that. But
It
3
was a
weeks.
long time.
3 weeks.
It's crunch time.
And finally, the first live podcast, well, the second half of this, will be performed for the first one in 3 months.
Wow. Wow.
It's like we forgot how to do TV.
February
almost.
2nd.
That's right.
I think- I
Groundhog
believe.
Day. Yeah, we did a
It was
Groundhog
Groundhog
Day,
Day.
show, and not once mentioned that it was Groundhog Day. And you know what? The groundhog was right. It was a short winter. I want my winter back.
And you missed,
It's
you
over to
missed,
get
you
hot
missed
out.
the next one because you were on vacation
That's correct.
down in the island somewhere.
And the other one was
Having
the
a good-
Joel Hodgson meeting.
And you know what? Let me just say this: our bass player Jonathan,
Well, we
or
got a
whatever,
good
Dirty
base. We got
Sanchez,
about
what the fuck? No,
how many
Gruddy,
people
Gruddy
are our
McDude.
base?
no,
Let's all
Marty,
talk at the same
motorboat
time
said-
because-
No, that's somebody
I
else.
know it's rude to
He-
do
he
this,
was-
but I'm going to do it anyway.
What?
Shabashi.
Talk when everybody else is
Talk
talking.
over us?
Yeah.
Why
Shabba
would you
sheep.
do that?
Shabashi
It's
show
not
show.
rude,
At
it's
least
just
I
bad.
acknowledge the fact that I
Shabba-
shouldn't be doing it.
Shabashi show.
Okay.
Shabashi show show. Shabashi.
Anyway, you know, we've all talked about him. Everybody knows him by John, our bass player in Dilligaff. He was there at the Joel Hodgkins thing,
Ah.
but he didn't have the money to meet and greet. I don't know if you had the
Oh,
money
so he
to
just
meet and
watched
greet.
the show. Yeah, I
Just
bet.
watched the show. You were like, oh, it's worth it. It's
Oh,
going towards Joel. I love Joel. I got to support Joel. Well, that's fucking A. That's the way to do it, dude.
Did you guys ever see John Waters when he came?
Yeah, I saw that too.
I was wondering.
I knew Marty would see that.
I was hoping.
Yeah, I got to talk to him.
How
it was
was
cool.
that?
It was cool. He did like an hour-long thing where he, kind of like a stand-up performance.
I know that's kind of old news, but that's something I
That was cool.
It's old
really
news.
regret that I never went to. In
Something
Tucson.
we
That was
hadn't
something really
discussed.
special, and that was right before they were making a movie, looking to recruit someone for a movie. Remember, that's how they had it advertised.
Oh, that must have been an even older one. I saw him December of 2011 at Rialto.
You still got
Oh.
the ticket?
He was
Really?
doing his
Where'd you see him,
Christmas
Steve?
party.
Well, he
thing,
was doing something at Club
presentation.
Congress
I keep saying
where he
thing.
made. I can't even remember the name of one of his more recent movies, but maybe 2006,
And I think
2007.
he was at the Loft once also.
Yes,
He
at
seems
that
to- he
same
seems to
time.
like
At
Tucson,
that same
so-
time, he was at Club
We're
Congress.
just trashy enough for him.
Yeah, it's,
He enjoys
we're
it.
a
here.
crazy little town. It's got the small town
It's a
mentality,
nice-
but we have a lot of people.
High five.
Very
I
nice.
like it at Tucson.
See,
So,
I was watching
A lot of
him
people seem to like
when he
Tucson.
came to town and did that. So somebody like me would have blown his cover.
yeah,
When he
you would have just
performed.
ignored
when he went to
him.
Fourth Avenue, he
What do you mean you'd
encountered a
have blown
few
his
people
cover?
that
You would have
knew.
just ignored
I
him.
would have been like, oh,
Oh,
what's
you'd
up,
have been
Sasha
like that,
Baron?
dude?
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
know, and it'd be
If
like,
you saw
great.
Borat walking down the street, you would do that?
Well, check
I
that
might
out.
have 10 years ago.
It's funny you
Oh.
said that because that's exactly what
'Cause I would
happened.
think I would just ignore him.
No, that's
if I
exactly
That's
knew
what
what
you're
who it
happened.
supposed to
was.
do.
That's
yeah.
exactly what happened, Gene. When he went to Fourth Avenue, some people kind of were like,
Oh,
"Oh,
really?
Ollie G, what's up?" But when he was at the New West, he
Oh,
They
yeah,
didn't
the
know
New
who it
West.
was.
You know
Those,
what I mean?
those
it
people.
was such a contrast. But he encountered that at Fourth Avenue. I don't think they even used any of the footage of him on Fourth
No,
Avenue.
they didn't.
But
The footage exists, though, right?
yes,
They
it
probably
does
have
somewhere.
it in their
Oh, I thought
archive.
you implied that
Because
it,
I
it existed.
remember him.
You said
I
there's
had
footage.
friends that had seen him
Somebody
and
said
talked
there
to
was
him.
footage of him going down Fourth Avenue. I guess it was Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's,
Because he's saying it right
yes.
now, and you're not like, yes, I know all about that. I thought it was maybe some extras.
It sounds very feasible.
Oh, sure. But yeah,
I
then
just
he got
had friends
accosted
that
because
he-
we're so hip and
that
we know what's
encountered
going on here in
him.
Tucson.
That's right.
That
So-
Ali G, Sasha Baron Cohen couldn't walk down the street without somebody going Borat. You know, Ali G. Well, why would they say Ali G? Because he looks like Borat, right? I'd be
Well, that was the
Borat.
character I saw first was Ali G. So
exactly. That
that's
was
the
his
one that I.
first.
Well, Borat is
associate.
obviously the funniest character.
maybe other people beg to differ.
That might be one of the funniest. I'd say that's in the
What do you
top
think?
5
Sacha
funniest
Baron
movies
Cohen's
I've ever
best
seen.
Character. Now he has the
Wow.
dictator.
The first
so
time
he's
I
got
showed you that movie,
the
I didn't
French
think you
race
liked
car
it.
Is that
driver,
right?
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby.
Why
Remember?
would you think
Well,
that?
you weren't
It's
laughing
got a lot
very
of
much, and you were
characters.
just kind of like, almost had this look of like, really? Like, why are you showing me this? But I guess it must have sunk in. High five.
I'm
I have
just-
5, Gene.
High five.
I like you.
gotta have
Why
it
do
good.
why do you not like
I
me?
like it here in
Why
America.
do you make problem
US
with me
of
now,
A,
Gene?
It's very nice.
US and the B, or something like that. You ever listen to the Howard Stern show?
Oh, recently.
That's some
yes.
crazy ass shit.
Almost near constantly.
So you should just, when you listen to Howard Stern, you should know, he's so brutal. Like the shit he was doing to Gary, they were like, "Oh, watch out, Gary. He's gonna watch out. Watch out, Howard. He might go postal." Because Gary was all just like, "What the fuck? So I was driving a monster truck the other day. So what? Now you can't find the tape, right? I don't know why
yeah.
the tape is there. I don't know why the tape
That's a
isn't there.
great one.
Doesn't matter why the tape isn't there because I'm a little ordinary, And he's like, "So what are you, unorganized?" No, I'm not unorganized. Would you agree that you're a little bit unorganized? Yeah, I would say that's a fair statement. Oh, but he was so pissed. Shut the fuck up, Robin. Shut the fuck up. Stay out of it. Shut the fuck up. You don't say
Shut
that.
the
And
fuck
she's like,
up,
Robin
Robin.
doesn't have
Shut
to.
the fuck
Robin
up,
doesn't have to
Robin."
shut up.
Taking things a little bit personal.
This is our. Yeah, Robin doesn't have to shut up.
It made for
What
good
about the-
TV.
Not
What
that
about the Tom
I'm saying you're
Sizemore,
Bobby. You're Baba
episode?
Booey.
Baba Booey, Baba
I
Booey.
was making a statement.
Baba
Who's Baba
These are
Booey?
television shows, people. These are podcasts. We're just here to entertain you because we're going to Comic-Con. Let's talk a little bit about Comic-Con.
These are television shows. These are podcasts. We are just here to entertain.
And
Let's
this
talk
is
about-
a
Let's talk
double
about
header podcast.
Comic-Con.
Double header. That's right. We're going to be this is like the first half.
Yeah, and then it'll become
But
live.
you already know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
look
you
forward
might have
to
already
this. Pretty
called
soon,
us.
Yeah, call us live.
Tweet us.
Tweet us right now, but you can't hear us. You don't know what we're doing.
From the future, we will be.
From the
We're telling
future.
you that we already put the
Tweet
number up
us
before this show
from
went
the
out
future.
live. It's weird how that works, but remember when we used? Of course, you don't remember. I'm going to tell you, but we used to do the show one week, play it the next week, and during that same time while it was on, we'd be downtown doing another show at the same time. So we're used to doing.
Yeah, and we
Strange
pretended we were
times
doing
like
a
that.
live. It was live
Yeah.
to tape.
Yeah, I'm
And
surprised
these
nobody
guys have
ever
been doing
mugged us
television
and stole the
for
equipment.
16 years.
It was scary.
It was
on the
headed that
edge.
way.
It was just us out there, and then we started to turn on ourselves.
And when
You
you
know?
turn
Yeah,
on
very Lord of the
yourself,
Flies.
That's when it got too bad. That's when it got horrible. When we started turning on ourselves.
Fernie breaking the stick. and
Fernie broke the
You're
stick.
screaming, turn that camera off. We should have never listened. We should have let the camera go.
That's the
Because
night
now we could analyze what was really happening.
that broke the show. I think that's the night
That
that,
was.
broke the show. That was the final straw.
all morality.
I mean, it
is-
still
all
continued.
We
morality
never did a
was
show
lost.
at night in the alley after
No,
that
but it
again.
continued after that. We reset in your yard,
Yeah.
and then we were like,
We did
doing-
one show in the afternoon in the alley.
and that's
And
when
then
we
went to the
developed.
yard.
And then we were still really into it because we were doing the web page. We had a web page back
I
in
think I was
96.
more into doing the web page and hanging
I
at
know.
JJ's house than doing the show
I
anymore
know.
at
We
that
were trying
point.
to make. It was my idea to make those cards. We were making them. We were
We
playing,
were going to make the new show cards, like a deck of trading cards with images from the program.
with faces.
different
We made the
episodes.
Robert card. We had perfected the
right.
Robert card. It was a game of Old Maid. We were mimicking Old Maid because that's what we had these Scooby Doo Old Maid cards that you had come up with, right?
Yeah,
Those were yours.
We were really into playing cards for that last
That's what
month.
we were doing. Yeah, and then we started drinking Robert. And
Yeah, and then the
brought his
alleyway
friends
started
over.
creeping into my front yard, and then it was like, no.
the homeless people are now
Yeah,
in your yard.
Now they're in my yard.
Yeah, and they're drinking, and they could give a fuck
Pouring
about you.
beer on Robert's head. It's great TV, but we couldn't continue with that. 3 weeks to Comic-Con.
Comic-Con. Oh yeah.
The countdown is, and it's just coming down to the wire, folks. Okay,
It's crunch time.
I just got my
crunch
license
time.
back, and I just do not know if I'm gonna have my vehicle
Gene was so
ready
excited. He
before-
called me on Wednesday night.
I was very excited. Terrifyingly excited.
Wow. Wow. Say wow for us, Gene.
Wow.
Say wow.
Wow.
I love the way Gene says wow.
It'd be
Love it.
a
You
ring
gotta
Love
get
it.
that. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I
Wow.
love it. Whoa.
Wow.
That,
So,
I think that deserves a tweet.
Tweet.
yeah. I wonder what
How do you
Sarah's
spell
doing right
that?
now.
Wow.
Wow. WOW. I would go capital W's. Wow. You gotta
Wow.
emphasize the last W. Nobody does that.
Wow.
Nobody's all like wow.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
nobody quite wows like you know?
What?
And I've
It's
noticed
addictive.
that.
How do I spell it?
I love the way you say
W.
wow.
How do you
Wow.
spell wow?
WOW.
Yeah.
W,
I would use
W.
2 W's.
Two W's, because you wanted to emphasize the
No.
wow. Twitter.
Twitter. Serve my purpose. Go now, Twitter. So, we didn't really talk about this last time, but
No, we didn't.
There's a what? What didn't we talk about? Or are you just backing me up? What? There's a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That's like comic book related. Comic
Yeah.
Con
So
stuff.
many.
It's got a
awesome
giant
movies
rabbit
out
in it
right
or
now.
something.
There
A
really
giant
is.
rabbit?
Giant squirrel? Something like in that Star Wars
Mm.
Man,
Marvel comics.
Iron Man 3's coming out. I
But
seen
there's
the
an
trailer,
Iron Man commercial for like Subway.
and he's like,
He's
I've
all
been thinking
beaten
about a
down,
sandwich or
and he's
something
like-
really horrible. Yeah.
All I can think about is where's my sandwich or
Yeah,
something like
that's
that.
just wow, that's bad. Yeah. Okay, I get your point, but that's not really in the movie. I don't think.
I don't think it is either. I think it's just a commercial.
And I'd like to subscribe to your
God, I hope
newsletter.
so. Hello, everybody.
Hi, welcome to GMR,
GMR
Podcast.
This
Week-
is Steve-O.
What episode is
15.
this? Episode 15.
Now, I say week 15, but that's long messed up. It's episode
Yeah.
or show.
There was a
15,
hiatus.
'cause
There were trips.
week
there
number,
was
who
traveling,
knows?
There was
But this is
shows.
the
There
15th
was bands
podcast.
breaking up and getting back together.
That's right. There was a little bit of dilly-gaff conversation
There
earlier.
was drama. There was happy
Uh,
Can I
times.
get one
This
of
would be
those
Yes.
pieces of
Final.
vinyl? So how much vinyl did you have back when you were a kid, Steve-O?
Man, I'll tell
Tell
you.
me how many
in
pieces of
Tucson,
vinyl you had.
Well, all
What
together.
was your favorite
before-
piece of vinyl? And if you could
I
go
used
back
to
in
love-
time, which ones would you like to resurrect?
Oh man, you know.
I mean, the essential. What are your top 3 pieces of vinyl? There, I guess those are 4
no means
questions.
no wrong.
You had that in vinyl?
Yeah, signed
Signed.
by 2 of the members of No Means No.
That's the way to hear it.
Specialized to me with my name and everything. So it was a really sad thing that I lost that. The other one, I think, I had a really rare black flag that it was known as like the unicorn black flag or something. They had this record label, and there was a unicorn symbol on the back of, and it would have been worth a whole lot of money if it was in good condition. It was a real rare black flag, damaged, and let's see. I'd have to say Malignus Youth, the Misa Brevis blue vinyl. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I had some awesome original Malignus Youth vinyl, but I mean, man, I had great stuff. I mean, I would just go for days listening to a certain style of music. You know, my vinyl collection was just extensive. I had 11 Iron Maiden albums
11?
on vinyl alone.
Holy
I
shit.
had about 10 to
Yeah.
between 10 and 14 Judas Priest albums. I had Led Zeppelin, 1, 2, 3, 4, all that stuff. House is the Holy. I had Ozzy, Blizzard of Oz. I had all kinds of stuff. I actually picked those up later. I got all the real metal and 80s stuff by chance in Seattle. So at one point my collection was probably about 400 strong. At its biggest, best point, I had about 400 pieces of vinyl. Awesome. I mean, from
Hey, Marty, send out a tweet. Hashtag pieces of vinyl.
Yeah, what were the best pieces of vinyl that you all lost out there? Tweet us. Also, Dorv Sugar Fix. That's the last one.
Hashtag pieces of vinyl.
I bought Dorv's
That's good
Sugar
shit.
Fix for $40 at Rock and Roll Memorabilia in New Orleans by a flea market.
A flea market.
Yeah, in New Orleans. Yeah.
Man, New Orleans. Well, this
I walked
doesn't-
like through 4 different flea markets and through some weird back patio area, and then I see this awesome rock and roll memorabilia shop, and they had everything there. And I left with just one thing, and that's Dorv's Sugar Fix on vinyl. It was $40.
Hashtag pieces of vinyl.
There you go.
I missed that one, man. Is there anybody out there?
Oh, I wonder if Sarah's out there. Maybe Sarah's. They'll see. This is the first tweet we send out tonight. Or is it the second?
Oh, I'm gonna follow piece of Gary's vinyl on Twitter.
Is that what it says?
Location in Baba Booey's basement.
I've been waiting.
Gary Della basement.
That's how we roll.
I've been waiting.
My 1,000th follower will receive one piece of vinyl.
Wow.
Just one.
That's going to be pretty amazing, dude.
Hilarious.
So, like I was saying, there's a Guardians of the Galaxy movie that's supposed to come out before Avengers 2.
Mhm.
Oh. And what's this?
I
Guardians
heard there was
entail?
maybe some speculation that it might involve Thanos. So we'll understand who Thanos is for the second movie, second Avengers
That would
movie.
make a lot of sense for all of the
Thanos, the
laymen.
Hands of Fate.
Yeah, that would be great.
The Infinity Gauntlet, the Infinity Crusade, the Infinity.
Of course, we all
Wars,
know Thanos
Infinity-
from the
Yeah,
Silver
and then
Surfer
who knows?
cartoons and comics.
Yeah.
Comic-Con.
Thanos, Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
I would love to see a full-size live Thanos. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
look
would
at
love
that.
to
What's
see
going
someone.
on?
That
called
door
gravity.
Did it. The door did it.
Steve-O, what's going on?
It's just the kinetic energy,
Inside
bro.
voices.
Steve-O, we're inside. Use your inside voice. Okay? This is just a podcast. Don't get so excited.
Gene Mott.
Whatever happened, it was okay.
Gene Mott.
Just relax.
You should really just relax.
It'll be fine.
Let it happen. Just let it happen.
Don't get upset. Just
Let it happen.
I'll take care of you. Trust me.
We can't control when the podcast begins or ends.
It controls us.
So, which did you decide? Do you want the red thing in your butt or the blue thing
We used those special parts.
to make our robot friends?
Yeah.
Well, that just doesn't make any sense. Why would we want to do that? And how could
You
we-
should really just relax.
What were those parts for? Oh, so we could change the movie?
Gumball machine to change the movie.
Was it?
And crazy gold parts.
Just repeat to yourself, it's just a podcast.
So just relax.
Oh, so Comic-Con. Last podcast was like 80% Comic-Con.
It really was. It was your one-stop shopping for Comic-Con. We went through all the various events and programming.
Went through a lot
It's
of
going to
them.
be a
We'll be
Babylon
doing that
5
more in depth
extravaganza.
next week.
Right, guys?
A what
Babylon
now?
5
Oh,
extravaganza.
yeah, a lot of Babylon.
Boom. That's one big thing you can count on.
Baba Booey.
I want to see the Firefly
I'm really into
Girls.
all the little horror movie stuff they got going on. And
I want to go to all the fashion, the talent, and
yeah, I
contests,
love
all that
all
over
that stuff.
18 shit. I just want to sit there in the corner.
We're gonna go to the speed dating, right? We're going to speed
You're
dating.
going to speed dating. You're going to be you and Ray. We're going to do a video. We're going to
Okay.
do a reality show
Do a
based
reality
on your speed
show. We'll have
do you
Brady
think
right
about
there
that,
with
Marty?
the camera. They're watching me
What? What the heck?
and Ray
What's happening?
get totally dissed and dumped by all kinds of
Until you're
really
the only
attractive
two
women.
Left. Everybody
Yeah.
else is gone. It's just
Everyone's
you
gone, and the
sitting
girls
there.
are just like,
While watching Big Brother and being forced to watch commercial after commercial after commercial, there was this one about the parents telling the kids, we're going to have to get a more expensive cell phone plan if you don't stop using all the minutes. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we got to have our... I'm just thinking, why do your kids even have a phone? This is completely unnecessary. That's how you save the fucking minutes.
That's how
You
stop
don't give your kid a phone.
Then you cut out all that sexting and all those problems.
Yeah, how do you avoid
Yeah.
that? They don't need it.
Yeah, and guess all the
plus,
bullying and all the
people can
crazy
track you
mind
from
games
your
that kids
phone,
play
right?
with each
When
other
I was
on
in
phones.
school, if you had a pager, everybody was like, so what are you, a dealer?
Yeah.
Why do you have a pager?
Yeah, I know.
And then
There
they
was
would be
no
like,
such
you're not
thing
supposed to
when I
have
was a
pagers.
kid.
And now I guess so many kids with phones, the school's probably just like, okay, fine.
You gotta
They're
have
all
your
going to have their
phone.
phones now.
You probably have to shut it off or something. I don't know. Do you know any kids?
No.
Mm.
Well, I do. I have,
Welcome to the
4
Old Man
nephews and
Podcast.
nieces myself.
We're old.
I got 4 nephews and nieces, and then my guitar player has 2 kids who I consider my other nephews and nieces. So, I got 6
We
little
didn't get
crazy
to sit
kids
there
in my
and listen
life.
to podcasts.
But
when
they're
I was in
pretty much
school.
they're into the
Yes.
same stuff.
We had
as me.
Walkman with cassette tape.
If you don't know Walkmans,
We listened to music on vinyl.
No, I had a Walkman
and you
when I
couldn't
was a
take
kid.
that
in-
with you.
in
Yeah, but it was
Fourth grade.
it was a cassette tape.
the
It was
cassette tape, yeah.
It didn't have a CD.
I had a
Of
reel-to-reel
living color.
player.
Called the
and they carried that on your back, and it was heavy. You had to carry the
8-track
battery.
cartridge in my car.
Oh, I
Oh my
seriously.
I
gosh!
was listening
I
to
had
Kiss
8
on
tracks.
8-track in
Yeah.
the 70s.
I
Listening
listened
to
to
that
Toto
Beatles
on
album
7-inch.
all the way
when I
to
was
Los
5.
Ratos and back.
My favorite
Oh,
part of the
back in the
8-track was
day.
this noise. Clunk when it would switch.
Oh yeah.
It was like the old telephone at the
The
access
beauty
station when you
part
hang
about
up on
that
people.
was
Clunk.
because you could switch it in the middle, and it would go to the middle of the second track.
Yeah,
or
there
the
was no
second
fast forwarding on an
section.
8-track.
It was an 8-track, and you liked it.
You had to listen to the
You
song
listened
in order
to
to
the
get to
whole
the other.
song.
You would hear it go.
You didn't get up and you didn't.
And then a long song, it would switch tracks in
Yeah.
between, then it would fade back in.
You'd listen to the long and winding road, and the long road was long and winding,
great.
and you liked it.
You would make use of that time.
And then on bad 8-track
Who would do
players, you could hear all
things
4
with the-
tracks at the same time.
So we're gonna put out an 8-track. You know, some people
GMR Podcast
Yeah.
on, now on
People do
8-track.
vinyl
some
these
people
days.
still make 8-tracks.
People do
Analog.
stuff
That's
like
analog.
That.
That
We're
is
making an
straight up
8-track.
analog, man.
Whoa, that
That's
guy's
all I'm
retro.
saying.
And you're like, ha ha.
Dilly Gap should only put their album out on 8-track and reel-to-reel.
That's what we're gonna do. We have a reel-to-reel
And dat
at
tape.
the jam
And that
space.
tape.
We're ready. We're going on tour this summer, like I boasted in way back
Mini
when.
disc.
And we have a video out in Betamax
No,
coming
we're gonna
soon.
make, yeah, we're
And
all
CED
beta. We're all
disc.
beta all the time.
The first movie to be pressed on a CED disc in almost 30 years.
Oh
Dilly
yeah.
Gap. Movies played by a needle.
Yeah, should probably put out a laser disc
Mhm.
documentary on us. Maybe a double laser disc.
78
Set.
RPM.
Yeah,
We're gonna make all different formats.
and I would like to
And
make
then-
those
then
old
we're gonna
records,
put
the
a
real
secret
thick
record
ones.
inside the actual record.
Uncle Stoney picture disc.
That's gonna be the
Yeah,
Uncle Stoney.
you wouldn't know
Uncle
unless
Stoney
you opened
picture disc.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta open it. And then there's there's gonna be a little something special there for the kids.
That's
Oh,
always
it
a
is.
little special fun for the
I
kids.
know, like a guitar pick or something.
Welcome to Incoherent
a
Cast.
sticker.
What are you talking about? That was pretty coherent, wasn't it?
Typecast.
You couldn't
Podcast
understand what I said?
Incoherent.
Podcast.
It's a podcast, people.
Schmod.
You want a
So-
podcast?
No.
This is a podcast.
This is a
This
podcast.
is what we've done. We've gathered here today.
This is your brain on podcast. Any questions?
I'm just saying the kids. Will give us a pick.
Who taught you how to podcast like this? You
I
all
don't
right?
know.
I
You
learned
did.
it by
You
listening to
did.
you.
I learned it from watching you. I learned it from watching
Parents
you.
who have
Smith,
parents who
damn
do
it.
podcasts have children who do podcasts.
Brian Johnson and Walt Flanagan. That's who.
You all right?
Ming Chen.
I learned it by listening to Ming.
All right, let's give shout outs. Shout out to
Ming
Jay.
Chen.
Shout out to Shadow, right?
Shout out
shout
to
out to
Shadow.
Shadow and never come back again.
JJ Styles.
Shout out to JJ.
Our 11 listeners.
Shout out to
the
Mickey
rest-
Six.
Sarah
Star
Magnus.
All our
TC
Twitter
and Alex.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter.
All the people who listen
Follow
on
Sarah
Buzzsprout.
Magnus's.
Travis and Les.
All the people who listen on
Yeah.
iTunes.
All
All the YouTube followers.
Mark Brady.
all my YouTube people.
Gene got lost at Taco Bell.
You guys ditched
Yeah,
me.
no. We
That's
were
what
sitting
happened.
around the corner in a nook that was
I
completely
had to walk all the way around
just
the building.
not there in
Comic-Con
your side
style.
of vision.
You thought
Comic-Con
you were at
style.
Comic-Con already.
And I'm like, what's going on? And then I realized if I had just gone left instead of right, boom,
If
I
you
would have been right
if
there.
you
It
had
would have only
pizza
taken me one
instead
turn
of French
instead
fries,
of
you
6
would have
turns,
seen us
4 turns.
immediately.
We were behind the wall.
All you had to do is pizza instead of French fry, and you would have
Yeah,
seen
if you-
us immediately.
I was looking at that map, that
In
same.
alternate reality, you
That same-
you did turn
Oh
correctly.
yeah. And that other reality at Comic-Con.
So he comes
That
in
other
bursting
reality,
in
we
the
we
door
went
finished
angry.
left instead of
That's
right,
right.
and we immediately got back to the hotel room.
And there's another reality
We
where
were
we're
fine.
still walking around
Right
that
here.
place.
See
There's
that-
another reality
you
where
see
you're
that?
bursting through the door and you're not going to have a good time.
You see that red building right there? We walked
Ow,
all the way
ow.
around that red building right there.
That's the state of Arizona.
Yeah.
That's how it's shaped, huh?
So Gene and
Look
I,
at that.
being thorough, we
Holy
swapped
shit, the
Comic
downtown
Con.
Phoenix is shaped
out.
like the state of Arizona.
We swapped
Have you
Comic
seen
Con
this, dude?
programs.
Or Utah?
I gave him mine
Or
for
Utah.
Or is that Nevada?
It looks like Utah. Is it Nevada? Yeah, Utah is squared, huh? It's rectangle. Help
It's
me, guys. It
panhandled.
looks like Nevada.
It's
Holy shit,
oblong.
It looks kind of like Arizona.
So when are we planning our trip to Grand Canyon?
So when's our next band practice?
Tuesday.
Marty.
I'll get
Oh,
a
you
U-Haul.
guys. You guys. You better not
Dilly Gap
interfere.
live from the Grand
Better
Canyon.
not interfere with Dilly Gap practice because we're on a roll, man.
I'm in a
We're
rock
not going to
band
tolerate
here.
any bullshit anymore.
I played
We have
Crazy
to do
Train
what
Are
it
you
today.
going to
takes.
throw dilly bars at the audience
I'm gonna
members?
do something, dude. We're gonna get raw meat.
They
and we're
have
gonna
brought
grind
back
it
the
down.
Cherry
Dairy
Dilly
Queen.
Bar after
We're gonna do
many
it wasp
years.
wasp
We're Dilly
style.
Gap and we eat dilly bars at Dairy Queen.
No,
we
we're
could
gonna-
get a
Because-
sponsoring.
Yeah.
So who's
By
going
the
to
way,
the steam?
Do I
ET's
look
this-
like I eat at Dairy Queen?
Are you guys gonna go to the steampunk fashion
you're
We're going to
show?
do it all.
Arizona?
We're going to do it all.
No,
The
that's gonna
EG's
be in
flavor of the
Phoenix.
month is orange cream.
This is the first of
Stop touching my
8
chair.
podcasts.
I'm
this
touching
month.
your
Well,
legs,
7.
which-
Get
you really
away
wanna
from me.
say.
Get away
But
from
it
me,
felt like
Steve-O.
8. The most podcasts we've ever done in 1 month.
We've been podcasting the hell out of this bitch.
May 2013.
That's right. We're going to Comic Con. It's 20 days. How many days to Comic Con, Marty?
It's come down to the wire, folks.
21 days.
21 days.
21
3
days.
weeks,
That's
3
nothing.
weeks.
That's nothing. That's a
I
blink.
know that'll be gone, and we'll already be there. And then next thing you know,
Be there.
We're
it'll
gonna be there.
over.
Be there.
It's gonna
Sunday.
be the
Sunday.
best, the funnest thing we've done all year, I think.
Next to the podcast.
Next
yeah,
to the
well,
DRI show for me.
The Screamorama was good.
And we're gonna podcast from there, though.
That's
It's gonna
right.
Be everything.
3
It's gonna be-
podcasts the end of this month
Yeah.
from Comic-Con.
So if you just
at the end of
discovered
the
Stay
day,
this is going to get a lot more exciting
It's so
real
exciting.
soon, and it's already just popping.
So stay tuned because we're about to go live here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, welcome to live television.
Through the
hope
magic
You, hope
of
you called in.
podcasts.
And
Gene
knew about
Mott,
it.
Marty Catola, these guys are just
See,
popping
we can all
right
talk
now.
at the same time because we're on different tracks. So
Anyway, Dilly Gap rules the world. Still
Pota-
our power grows.
Potato.
One more time. We're gonna go to Comic Con and we're
Potato,
gonna fucking
potato,
feast
tomato,
like kings.
tomato.
Man. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow because there isn't. And we're gonna see Honky Tonk Man. And I'm gonna fucking like, hey Honky Tonk Man.
What? What do you? Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Where?
just trying to wrap
Where?
up this
Hold on,
podcast because I don't know how
where
many
are we
hours.
seeing
How long are we in?
Where are we seeing the Honky Tonk Man?
I'm gonna see him at Comic Con
Homina.
2013.
Shut up. Where
Homina.
Honky Tonk Man's really going to be there? The
I
wrestler.
imagine he will be there. He's
Okay.
been there every time I've been there.
Really?
He wasn't. We didn't see
we
him.
see him every 6 months.
Yeah, we got like a thing. And then we ran into him randomly.
Man,
Then
that's
me
just
and
gonna
Marty
be
ran
weird.
into him
Him and-
randomly.
oh yeah,
like
when he's on
twice
the escalator.
On the escalator, and I was like, "Hey, Honky."
I seen Burt Reynolds in public.
And then we saw him and Virgil when we were leaving.
I seen Burt Reynolds.
And then Paul was all like, "Hey,
Mr.
wouldn't
Burt,
it be funny
Mr.
if somebody
Dolly.
yelled "Hey honky" to him right now?"
Dolly, I was so happy to see
Yeah, I
you.
didn't yell "Hey honky." He's like, "Hey, I bet Virgil laughs every time somebody yells "Hey honky." And I wish I'd have done it that time and had that balls, because that would have been funny. He would have totally
would've been
remembered me.
classic.
Because he yelled "Hey honky." We were on the elevator. He and Virgil walked right in front of Marty's car as we were trying to get out of there.
Oh man.
And it was all convoluted because they were like doing construction, or
There's
there
another
were
one of those
cops.
if you
There was
didn't make
another
that
event.
turn.
There was another event happening there, some shit, and the cops had the streets like.
That is great. You know
and
what?
they just
I was
walked right
probably
by
at
us wearing their leisure
seen
wear.
Virgil wrestle at the TCC when I was a kid.
Yeah, they were wearing like.
Virgil was there with the
their
Papa Shango
Hawaiian
Ultimate
shirts.
Warrior time.
Well,
Yeah.
anyways, let's transition into that live portion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mark Brady Birthday-cast
Oh, yeah.
coming
Mark
to you
Brady,
starting right
happy
about
early birthday.
now. Hello, and welcome to the end of television. I'm back. It took 3 months, but the show continues. The show always continues. There's been something here, but I wasn't here, and none of the rest of the peanut gallery were here either. Once again, testing the limits of fate and the laws of physics to bring you a show Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. And you know what? Once again, right on time. I'm Marty Catola, and this is the end of television. The TV show, public access television show. Remember when we used to do those? Well, we still do them once a month live. First Saturdays of every month, 6:30 to 7:30. Some of you out there, hopefully some of you out there, have been following our podcast that we have started, the GMR Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter right there, get all the information. We do one of those every week. Gene, myself, and sometimes Ray, and one of the other assorted cast of characters, because we want to do a show every week, and that's the best outlet, podcast. But the cool side effect of this is when we get to do the live show one day a month live, well, the live show is the podcast now. We take the audio portion of this and attach it to the beginning of podcast number 15. We started last night and serve it up to you on iTunes or YouTube or our RSS feed, however you want to see it, or listen to it, I should say. The GMR Podcast. Subscribe. It's free. You can get the MP3 to it every week and get your fill of us talking. So we also have that Twitter account, as I said. So all the people that listen to the podcast but don't watch the show per se can now call into the show. Now, I don't expect a barrage of phone calls, as we just barely started the Twitter account. What was it, last week? What was that, Gene? Was it last week? He's nodding yes. So, yeah. For the rest of you, it's Channel 20. It's May the 4th. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. I don't really expect anybody to be at home watching this show, but for those of you who are diehards, and I do appreciate it, I'm here to provide another television program for you. This is somewhere close to 250 episodes or something. I don't know. I lost track, but I think we're getting close to 250. You can call in. As I said earlier, people from Twitter can call the number because I tweeted the number. And we'll take those calls, but we'll take your calls as well. What is this show about? What is any public access show about? What is the point of your show? What is the point of any public access show? All these programs are similar. In what respect? A person sitting in front of the camera with the microphone in front of them, maybe or maybe not taking phone calls and ranting about something that you vaguely know what they're talking about. Welcome to Channel 20, Access Tucson. Also can be seen on accesstucson.org. Way back years and years ago, before there was internet, when the only kind of modem we had you put a phone onto, there was this thing called public access television, and you could get your own TV show. And you could communicate with the rest of the community through it and express whatever opinions that you wanted the rest of the community to hear. Now, fast forward to 2013, the future. Somehow, Access Tucson is still alive. This phenomena started many, many years ago can still be experienced by you. Except now, people can hear the message all over the place if they know where to look. Because accesstucson.org, you can stream this show as it happens. Or you can watch past episodes, not of this program necessarily, anytime you want at that website as well. And you're on the cable.
Hello?
Hey, what's up? Got a nice little...
What on, man? Access Tucson rocks!
Still around.
All right.
That's good. That's a phone call. See, now the calls are pouring in. So anyways, it's May the 4th, which is a lot of things. It's a lot of things going on today. So I don't expect a whole lot of people to be watching this show. But I do hope a lot of you will be listening to the podcast version of it. May the 4th. Well, start off with May the 4th be with you over at Club Congress, a Star Wars-themed party. So that's going on over there. KFMA Day is going on over at the ballpark. This was also Free Comic Book Day and Record Store Day. The day that we get to do a TV show for the first time in 3 months, and I say we because Mark and Gene are over here. They're still taking in the coffee, so they haven't decided to say anything yet. And it's Mark's birthday. That's right. So Mark will be celebrating his birthday live on the Birthday-cast here on the show. We got our Comic-Con flyer in the mail today from Phoenix ComiCon. So we're going to be attending that in 3 weeks. 3 weeks from tonight we'll be there. The really cool thing about Phoenix ComiCon this year, to just fluff up my own ego, is, well, if you watch the show, you may know that Cliff and I, the guy who helped start TV with me 23 years ago, we write movies and such, and we co-wrote a web series for Roberic Media, which is a company here in town, and they shot the show, and it's called Jean the Alien Interviews. Just go to our Twitter account here to find the link on how to watch it. It's a science fiction comedy web show, and it got accepted into the Phoenix Comic-Con Film Festival, which I'm very excited about. The really, really cool part is we don't get one, not two, but 3 events about Jean happening up there. We get our very own panel the first night, Thursday night, 6:30 to 7:30. A whole panel about Jean. We'll be showing a couple episodes of it, and then having a panel discussion with myself and many of the other creators of the program. On Friday, during the first film festival web show block, they will be showing 30 minutes of episodes from season 2. And then on Saturday, during the web block film festival portion, another 30 minutes of Jean episodes from season 3, the final season of the show. Fans of Jean, the last episode is coming. Just stick in there. It will show up, and you will be happy, because unlike a lot of other shows like X-Files and things that we watched and we enjoyed, you get to the ending of it and you go, that's the ending? Well, with our show, we actually provided an ending. So I hope you enjoy that. But that's really cool. And then there's an award ceremony on Sunday. I'm not really expecting to win anything. I'm just glad that we got entered. So if you're going to Phoenix Comic-Con in 3 weeks, look us up. And for more information about that, check out our podcast, because that's about all we talk about. We get real excited and heated about it. Now they've decided that they were done with the coffee and are merging over. They've been very silent for the first 15 minutes, but it's something new we're trying here. This one will be yours, and this one is his. It's specially mic'd according to podcast regulations there. So we've had a few phone calls. Well, you know that. You were sitting over here listening. So, yeah. But we're back. It's the end of television. It's television.
It's television. It's live.
It's television. If it's on TV, it's got a little bit of fiction to it. Even things like the news and whatnot. But you can read between those lines there. Now we're getting a little too esoteric. But anyways, it's Mark's birthday.
Oh,
It's another year.
It is.
We're doing the show. First time in 3 months.
That's a quarter of a year.
It is. It's too long to be away. Things happen, and you have to take the time. But it's good to be back. That's right. Can we get our grip?
We have a
Somebody call Baba Booey and tell him we need a microphone. That's right. It was Record Store Day where you could go get limited edition vinyl today. I hope you all went out and got your vinyl.
And it's
you had
free
to pay
comic
for it.
book day.
Free comic book day, not free vinyl day. You got to
Yeah,
pay for
free,
those. Some of those are
absolutely
expensive.
Free, no cost whatsoever. Comic book day.
I didn't look into what the special vinyl was. I call them records.
Good job, Mark. Look what I found.
Look at that. Look what's coming back to town.
Marty, look what I
About
found.
every 6 months, The Room reemerges at the Loft. If you have not seen this movie, this is one of the granddaddy contenders for worst flick of all time. People say Plan 9. Not even close to the power that is The Room. Be sure to take, toothbrushes and a football to the screening.
Hey, how's it going, Marty?
It's going.
Look what else we got here, Marty.
Yeah,
What's
a whole
going
month
on
of Kubrick.
there, man?
Yeah, this is Eddie, man.
Hi, Eddie. How's it going, man? Ray says he runs into you from time to time. And
Can you
Yeah, he's over here back on our side of town, and
I'm still not used to being on at 6:30.
It is a little
It's
odd.
very odd.
What's that?
wow, you know, I thought with your seniority you could pick, you know, whatever time slot you
Oh,
wanted.
it doesn't work that way, sir. We have a
Stereo.
lottery.
Well, that's a travesty right there.
So it's neither capitalism or socialism. It's random. We gamble for our time slots down here.
It's like a lottery.
Have you heard from Mr. Chi-Town lately?
He is supposed to be sending new footage to me this weekend.
Hey, I just want to say Mortimer Jones.
Oh, Mortimer. Yeah,
Mortimer,
he's
yeah.
coming back.
Nice, nice.
That's going to be nice, yeah.
Might take until next year, but Mortimer will reemerge in some form or another.
So, have you told everybody this is the second half of the GMR podcast?
Yeah. You remember when I said all that. You
I
were
wasn't
drinking
here.
coffee.
Oh, yeah. I was drinking the coffee.
You're on the
over there.
cable.
We're on the cable.
Hey,
So do you-
what a nice crew I'm looking at here.
Well, we try, you know.
Working at it.
I used to have a
I'm the
beard
drummer.
like you, but I had to reform, and that way I could get food stamps. So.
Well, you know, that's what it's there for if you need it.
Well, exactly, and I just want to say, you hide that magazine up in front of your face over there.
He's really into it.
ComiCon. That's the Phoenix
You already got a
ComiCon.
mask on,
That's
dude.
what keeps him going.
Yeah, well, I'm
It's
gonna.
dusty out.
I gotta.
And,
I
yeah,
gotta-
in
Hey,
3
right
weeks is
on.
Comic-Con.
He's one of the highwaymen, the next generation.
That's right. We're going on tour this summer.
Hey, right
Low
on.
Profile. I can't have.
It's a really great show you guys
It's like
got
Kiss.
here. I got to give you some support and a thumbs up and a hoorah.
Hoorah.
Right on.
Well, I'll bring in my mask, and you can have me as my secret guest.
Perfect.
There you
Mystery
go. That'll
guest.
work. That'll
We haven't
work.
had a mystery guest in a while.
All right. Hey, you guys are doing a good job, man. God bless you. And
Right on.
All right. Thanks for the support.
Be well,
man.
yeah.
Stay
thank
tuned
you,
for
man.
Harrigan After Hours.
Harrigan's gonna be here.
You better
I
be
hope
here.
He brings pie.
what's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
I just want to know how long that dude in the middle's been growing his beard.
That's a good question, caller.
3 weeks?
What?
What? No.
No, really, dude.
Actually, I've been growing it since about, 2008? Yeah, somewhere around 2008.
Right
So
on.
that's like 5 years?
Yeah, that's a pretty good size for 5 years.
It's crazy. It's gonna get him in trouble. He's gonna get caught
Right
with some
on.
machinery or something. It's all,
All right,
gonna,
cool.
it's all gonna backfire on him.
I don't think he's going to be doing any
I'm not going to
Sandblasting
I don't do
anytime soon.
my fire-eating act anymore.
drilling.
Hey, do you guys know Anthony Michael Hall's gonna be at Phoenix ComiCon?
Yeah, I'm going to the
Anthony
panel.
Michael Hall. He was in Weird Science.
That's right.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
You're on the cable.
Yeah, you're...
Any of you guys going to the Black Sabbath show?
Well, the cheapest seats are like $70. So it's kind of residing in the heavy maybe pile right now. We'd like to.
That's a lot of money, man.
It is
Yeah, it's
kind of
gonna be
pricey.
awesome, man. The
It is gonna
legends
be
on
awesome.
stage.
You know, you can pay $1,000 and meet Ozzy.
Yeah.
The VIP package.
I'm trying to save up that cash. Why can't get
I'm gonna start a
1,000?
Kickstarter thing for
Yeah,
it.
Kickstarter. Take me to Ozzy.
Or flash your titties and get some money.
Are you going?
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Are you going?
It's one of only 20 shows in the U.S.
I
but
think he hung up.
Yeah, I think he hung up too.
I'm definitely going to the Uproar tour, the Rockstar Energy Drink Festival, featuring Jane's Addiction and Alice in
I might
Chains.
have to go with you to
That'll
that,
be in
dude.
September.
If Cliff isn't able to make it down for
Mhm.
the Thursday thing, you should take me with you for just for whatever support, and I'll drive up there with you and back.
Well, yeah, that would probably be good
You know
because
what
I
I mean?
certainly don't need to be driving to Phoenix
No,
by
no.
myself.
Yeah.
So that's kind
No,
of the
that'll
plan.
put you to sleep.
We need Mark to record the thing
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, sure. Might as well all go. We're all going up there and back. It'd be fun.
So we still don't know if Cliff is coming out for Comic-Con, but we'll
And then
find out
Mark
soon.
will try and talk us into crashing somewhere in this, like in a park or something.
Yeah,
But
because
come
it's
on.
fun.
Well, let's hang out for 6
fun.
hours in the dark in a city that we're in a strange city.
Just don't get out of the car.
Just stay in the car.
Never leave the boat.
No, man, you get out, man. The squirrels like to play in my beard at night, man.
Man. That's how
Oh,
we get
and
in trouble.
let's talk about that dog.
Oh,
Now,
yeah,
I
that-
saw a Chihuahua when I was
no,
getting in
that-
my
that
car,
dog.
and then I get to another place, and I see another Chihuahua running up the street, and it proceeds to piss for about, 5 minutes? It was still had the leg up in the air as
It
we
was
drove
still-
away.
It was a black-
frozen,
little
dude.
black
Time
Chihuahua.
stopped for that dog.
It's still
It
there.
was crazy. I told you we should have grabbed it.
Put it in
I'm
the
not,
bag.
I'm not nagging a dog, man.
No, you
Could be on
wanted that
Harrigan's
dog.
show.
We
No,
all
you
wanted
wanted
that
the
dog.
dog. I
Oh, it's
didn't.
like just me.
The
Like,
dog
I'm the
wanted
only one who
you.
wanted that dog.
The dog chose you.
Dogs love me.
Right, that's why
That's
he chose
all.
you.
Because I know how to pet them. So what? They love me. You're the weirdo, not me.
Yeah, can I hear you guys?
I
Hey,
don't
can
know,
you hear
Can
us,
you hear me
guys?
now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. What's
Cool.
up, man?
What concert, the cheapest, I missed it, what you said, but what concert cost the cheapest $70 a ticket?
Oh, Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
Where
it's
are they playing?
Somewhere up in Phoenix.
Oh, they won't come here.
No, Tucson's not on the agenda. But they chose
Yeah.
Arizona. A lot of states they're not even going to, so.
Well,
But yeah, I know it's got Ozzy, but it's still kind of pricey.
yeah,
For
and what can they
nosebleeds.
do at their ages now? You know,
Well,
can
that's
they
what
really
we're
put
gonna
on a
find
good
out.
show?
They got a new album coming out. We heard the new song yesterday.
How'd it
Oh,
sound?
yeah?
It was
Any
alright.
good?
It's okay. I
Hmm.
don't think Gene was
I
too
didn't
impressed.
Really like it. No.
Hmm.
I haven't heard it yet.
I've got a story about Black Sabbath. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's when they came to Tucson many, many years ago,
A long time
and they
ago.
were grouped. You know, they were going to be playing with a group by the name of Yes. Can you
Oh, wow.
That
believe
was a while ago.
a crazier booking than that?
I would love
Well,
to
it makes
seen
sense
that
because
show.
Rick Wakeman recorded with Ozzy quite a bit.
Yeah,
so.
I'm old enough to remember them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so am I, unfortunately. But you know, that's where I got
I
my
think one of the
tinnitus in my
Wakemans is
ears
actually touring with
because of
Sabbath on this
What
tour.
happened at that concert? Because Ozzy got really pissed,
Ah,
and Tony Iommi turned up
he bit the head
his
off a
guitar
chihuahua.
louder than I've ever heard it in my life,
He did
and
what
he
now?
just blasted everybody. And I happened to be near a speaker.
Oh,
Mm.
Oh boy,
so he caused you sound loss?
he was pissed off because he was put together with Yes, and everybody wanted to see Yes more than they wanted to see Black Sabbath, and he got really pissed.
And back then, you couldn't hear anything anyway at a concert, right?
Yeah, I was pretty young back then, and
They
I
were all
got to
noisy.
see a concert. It wasn't no $70 effing dollars.
No, it certainly wasn't.
Yeah, what's wrong with this world?
Well, they got to pay their whole crew what they're, dragging from place to place and all
Yeah,
their.
but the problem is
lights
everybody
and-
wants to get rich, and everybody wants to get paid, and everybody wants money, money, money. Well, that's just the way it is, but it sure got out of control.
Yeah,
over the
well,
years.
It seems to not change. It's all about.
Look what
money.
you're paying for a gallon of milk now.
Yeah.
Remember what you used to pay years ago? What is it? It's just milk. It comes out of a cow, but they want Cadillac prices for milk?
Yeah,
And
Cadillac
eggs are
cows.
getting really bad now. 'Cause I love an eggs in the morning and shit kind of thing.
Eggs are perfect. They're perfect food. You could talk about eggs for a whole show.
Yeah, eggs are.
Well, I think the best way to prepare eggs, not always the way I like to have them, but you can't beat hard boiled. It's perfection. It's cooked in the shell. It's portable. It's ready to eat.
You eat the
But
center.
nothing quite beats
absolutely.
scrambled for me. And
Yeah,
no,
sure.
I eat. I'm totally a yolk person. I gotta have the yolk. I
Yeah,
don't put
I
milk
just
in the
throw that
eggs
away.
anymore. I've been putting butter instead of milk with the eggs.
Mm.
And I tell you, I gotta have Tabasco as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
A little bit of ketchup.
Ketchup is good. I like a
with
good
Tabasco.
salsa. A good
I
salsa.
love Tabasco.
Sometimes I like some onions and green peppers with the eggs. Sometimes cooked in the eggs. Sometimes raw off to the side. Potatoes are always good with it. Some home fries.
I could make a commercial if I said eggs aren't just for breakfast anymore.
They're not.
You
I eat
can
them
make
at 3 in the
anytime.
morning sometimes. You got to have a good glass of orange juice with it. Couple of pieces of bread or toast with some nice jam.
Oh yeah.
It's
Butter.
much better. I've been cooking for myself again over the last 3 months. I'm completely tired of the TV dinners and
Oh yeah, green
I
dump
don't
and
know.
all that shit. All right, see ya.
you're on the cable.
Hello. We got pie and coffee.
Well, look who's out there.
Well, I'll tell you what. They need to do a repaving between Alvernon and Columbus.
Repave
on
it all. They're
Ema
screwing up.
Street.
Repave the whole thing. You made me late enough. I've been stuck out there in the heat driving down Speedway and whatnot, so just pave the whole damn town again. I don't care how late I am getting from place to place. People, look at Las Vegas. We might not have the money that they do, but they will pave the entire city in 3 days. They don't waste time because they know if
Yeah,
those
well,
roads
they
are
did
screwed
golf
up,
links,
nobody
but they
can
didn't
make
do
any
Pima
money.
Street.
So get out there and pave those streets, and pave them in the middle of the night. Don't pave them in the 120-degree weather. Our cars are going to die out there while you're out there
Hey,
air
for
blasting
anybody on
the
a
street
motorcycle
off.
or a moped or
And then
any
I drive
other
over to the
bicycle, I
thing,
think
and it's
yeah,
the
that
same
needs
bump.
to be attended to.
So, yeah. Just drizzle it. Just drizzle that shit in there in those cracks. We don't need to put a new road down or nothing. Hey, remember
Well,
the
I
Romans?
really like
they
our
built
trolley
roads that are still
system.
being used today. Go figure. But if we built those roads, people would be out of work. No, they wouldn't. They'd
Why
go get
did
another
Tucson
job. They
get
wouldn't be
rid of the
asphalt in the
trolley
streets.
system back in the old days?
So that was my opinion on that. So, yeah, get out there and pave those roads.
You know, it tweaks me.
Well,
is
it's
they-
just that I think it's more of a indentured insurance thing. It's kind of a. They don't really understand that there are other people driving. There are commercial vehicles out there, and we have trains. We have people walking, and now they're putting a trolley system in.
Yay, trolley. I'm going to get a lot of use out of that.
Well, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood all over again.
My neighbor.
Would you like to be my neighbor?
Would
and
you
get-
like to
get-
pour
get a
asphalt on my
quadriplegic?
neighbor? Let's repave my neighbor's streets.
All right, bro.
All right.
Hey, got one. Hoorah.
Ooh, hey, be well.
Saw somebody today with sunglasses and a backwards ball cap riding a motorcycle. That person cares about their safety a lot. You know
Yeah,
who you are.
I can see him being a.
I'm
They
just
call
trying
them
to look
donor
cool.
mobiles.
Yeah, they're looking for parts.
Yeah.
Let's
Wow.
take some phone calls.
Let's take some phone calls. Let's. How can we get a phone call going on? There's
Well-
the numbers right there.
People pick up the phone. You remember when the phones had things like this attached to them?
Oh, those things that always get
all
knotted up,
Knotted up, and
stretched, and everything else.
every kitchen in America had the same phone stuck to the wall.
Yep. I had one.
And then the cordless phones came. And then came beepers. And then came cell phones. Well, if you come on down, you can get some Piecast.
Yeah.
Pie crust.
Pie
Pod-
crust with
pod
pie
crust.
cast inside of the
Pod-
pie.
pod crust. Yeah.
Pod crust. I like that. Pod crust.
When we start our cooking program. For all those of you on the podcast, that was the first appearance of Hollywood Jack. You couldn't hear him, but you could see him.
Not Hollywood Jack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holy shit. Look, it's Dan Hedigan. That's Dan Hedigan right there, and Hollywood Jack.
We're taking
What's
your calls.
going on?
So we got bands in both studios right now.
So, it's pretty goddamn happening
It
downtown
really is.
Tucson. What? I don't remember when I saw the first Star Wars movie, but I remember seeing Star Wars, the last one of the first three, Star Wars 6, right?
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi, or the Empire. No, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I saw that twice at Elcon.
I had tickets.
Elcon 6.
I had tickets in advance, and I saw it at where did I see it? At the Grant Road Theater, I think.
Grant
Anyway,
Road Theater.
and I remember it was Memorial Day weekend because
Well, that was back in the day.
93.
I didn't even live here yet.
Was it 93 or 92? 83, 93.
Oh, 83, yeah.
83.
Well, I lived here in 83. What theater was on Grant in 83? Is it the Catalina?
I was thinking the one with the big tit, the tit one, but you're right, that wasn't there. Where did I see that movie?
There was a lot more theaters in town back then, too.
There were a
that
lot.
aren't there anymore. There was a lot of drive-ins back then, too.
Where did I see that Star Wars movie? Because I know
Robert always told the story of seeing it at a single-screen drive-in. But that was A New Hope.
I don't remember any single screen drive.
Now, how old is Robert?
Robert is 41.
41, so he's...
Oh, our page.
Jimmy. I think it's
Page
Jim
for
Thomas
Jimmy.
is in
We
the
don't get
house.
that too much.
You know, they don't have the TV out there with any show. They don't give a shit.
I
They're
couldn't
just
even
doing
turn
their
the
thing.
cable box on. It had no power.
What's going on here, gentlemen?
It's called budget cuts.
What?
You can't see what it looks like?
We don't get cable here anymore. We had to cancel the cable at the cable access.
We couldn't even afford
we
basic
can't afford
There's
it.
no
we can't
cable
get
to
basic.
that television set up there?
No.
We don't even get basic
Oh,
anymore.
At least not that I could make it work.
Damn.
That's
you know,
brutal.
you think you could talk to like somebody and they could just hook it up for us. I mean,
It's
aren't we
not
cool?
important. It's not
Maybe we can
important.
buy
Can
an
we get a
old-timey
discount?
radio.
Podcast.
We
We can't
deserve
see
a
ourselves
discount.
on the
This is a podcast. It's not a smodcast. This is a GMR podcast.
Yeah.
If you got any questions, send them to us on Twitter. We have a Twitter account at GMR Podcast.
I tweeted the number.
Did you? And how big is our tweet follower?
13
We
followers.
have 13 followers.
And then we got 2 more hits last night on BuzzSprout.
Wow.
Hey, what's happening, caller?
Now, what are the names of the microphones that you're using there?
Well, we all have different types of mics tonight.
Is that right, Marty?
I have something called a Shure Prologue Dynamic.
I have an ATM 41
Right on. Yeah, that's an old one you're holding. And
Mine only says dynamic microphone.
He has the best.
yeah, I can't see you. You're too
Mine's
dynamic.
Unidirectional.
But my plug is a Nutric.
Right on.
It's a Nutric plug.
Mine has an on-off switch.
So does mine. Mine as well.
Mine is 3640 access Tucson
Yeah,
number.
I wish my wife had an on and off switch. Yeah.
Bada bing.
What kind of microphone's in your phone?
Yeah.
No, what kind of microphone you
Well,
got?
have you guys thought about doing a paranormal study?
Actually,
Why don't we do that on Call Me Crazy show
actually,
quite a bit?
I'm thinking of starting a
You know, where you take some of your high-tech equipment.
Oh, you are?
and do some paranormal
Sir,
stuff.
you're
and
stumbling onto something
explore
here.
Tucson.
You know, start following us on Twitter because me and Marty and I and Ray Daniel, you can't be here tonight for whatever. He's probably working, trying to get that Comic-Con money because we're going to Comic-Con. And yeah, I'm thinking of doing. My friends, we're thinking of doing some paranormal podcasts. We're thinking about. We got all kinds of things. We got some irons we'd like to stoke. But what were you saying?
Yeah, well, I'm saying there's some pretty scary places, you know. You know, here in Tucson, you know, like one of the scariest places that I've found is the men's room at the Bashful Bandit.
Ooh.
I don't think I've ever been
You
there.
survived that? Who's this
Sounds
guy?
terrifying.
Okay. Well, there's some other hotels
Twitter
and extra
followers,
features.
I can imagine all sorts of scary scenarios.
Go down on Miracle Mile and Oracle, and
We'll do a podcast from there one night.
you
When the
might get some
podcast goes
EVPs down there.
You just might. It's more of a college bar
Hey,
now,
There's
isn't it?
another voice.
Yeah, we have another voice on the phone. Hey, additional other caller, how's it going, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
Pretty well, pretty well. What's
Hey,
up?
how about I was just an idea. I was thinking, how about the Reed Park at that band shelter place? You know?
The man show?
Yeah, you know where they
With
have the
Jimmy
concert
Kimmel and Adam
sometime?
Carolla.
Yeah, I just thought maybe they could have a show out there. You know?
Who could? Who?
We'll get the van, get a live remote.
I was there on
Get a
Earth
band
Day.
going for Tucson and get some people out, and then I could
like
get
band
out
jam.
there to watch the band too. You know?
I was
Harrigan,
there.
you want to record an AM Jam again? Yeah? Okay,
the name of the
Harrigan's
band?
down for it. So,
Yeah, my name's Tony.
well, he's on at
Tony.
8:30. Give him a call.
Okay,
Do you
thank
like-
you.
Get something going here.
Yeah, Dan Harrigan. He'll answer all your questions.
See, I'm networking
But I
like
was,
that.
I was actually at the park on Earth Day the other couple weekends ago,
Yeah.
and there was like a
Well,
drum thing going
there's
on.
going to be a meteor shower tonight, so...
A meteor
Oh,
shower.
really? What time?
Yeah, well, we're flying
Meteor
through
shit.
the tail of Haley's Comet tonight.
Haley's
so,
Comet?
Not
That was
again.
You know,
1986.
it's going to be early
sir.
in the morning, so boys...
It wasn't 86.
Yeah.
Yes,
We
it
need to
was.
get
a little
Haley's
information
Comet's
there.
not coming back
Get
until
some
we're all
old
dead.
people out here to start
We had a
playing
chance
some
to see it in
bands.
86, and that was it. Went on
So
its
where
way.
is it?
What
Where
part of the
is it?
sky will
'Cause,
it be in?
you
Talking
know,
about Bruce
we
Willis.
live
It'll
in
be on the
Tucson,
east side.
and you can't
Oh,
see
okay.
shit. So we're gonna be able to see it from the city.
Huh?
Well, I'll be looking.
We'll be able to see it from
Well,
the
if
city.
you got your eyes open,
Yeah.
you
No,
will.
not the comet. We're just going through the tail.
Oh, I,
What's remnants?
I understand that.
Oh, okay.
Birthday boy. It's Mark Brady's birthday, ladies and
Birthday.
gentlemen.
Well, happy birthday to him.
He's
Right on.
112 this year.
I am not.
Look at his beard.
73.
Father time here. Father time, gentlemen.
Happy birthday to all Taurus babies.
There
That's
you go.
right.
To all a good night.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys have a great,
Right.
This show is going really well.
and you guys are doing a good job on the air.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, thank you. That summer tour is going to happen before you know it. Plus, we're going to ComiCon. Did we mention that?
I don't know. What is Comic-Con? Tell me more. I'm
Comic-Con
intrigued.
Is a comic book convention. What else is at Comic-Con? What else happens at
All
Comic-Con,
sorts
Marty?
of shit.
Comic books did it in depression, so it'll do it
Now, what
again.
does this word say? Well, that takes us right back to the beginning of the
Gentlemen,
show.
you've
In the
done a good
Depression,
job tonight.
we worked, we got money, we didn't have anything, but one thing remains true: we still read comic books, even though the comic books used to cost a nickel, like the milk, and now they cost $12 an issue or something.
Well, be sure to tell everybody
It's
when you're
fancy
going to be
paper.
on again and what time is
Well,
your
we'll be
scheduled
back
programming.
in June with our wrap-up of what happened at Phoenix ComiCon. We might even have a little bit of video footage from what happened up there. It'll be the first Saturday of June at 6:30 on Channel 20.
So I saw coffee.
Get ready for Pie and Coffee,
There's-
8:30. Oh, that's what he changed the name of the show to, right?
Pie
Pie and
and
Coffee with Harrigan. Coffee Talk.
Hey, caller.
You go. Oh, sorry.
You go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Still the wrong
I'd
show.
like to know, how did you get an hour show on this particular
Well,
particular channel?
they have a lottery
great
every
question.
year, and then you hope you get a time slot. And this is the slot they gave us. So,
That's how you got it. So it's on once
but
a
if
month.
you want to get a show, call 624-9833 and say I'd like to sign up and get a TV show. Get me going on it, because they'll put anybody on if you live in
Why
Pima
don't you
County.
give her a little history of how long you've been doing this show?
Been doing
in
this
various
show over
formats.
23 years. And still haven't quite figured out what we're doing.
And
but
so
we're getting
can
close.
you.
We're getting
Over 23 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
in
been
one
sitting
form
in
or
that
another.
chair for a long time.
This chair I've been sitting in for about a decade.
Yeah, the one in the green, you look awfully young.
Thank you.
He is. He's only
I started
14.
when I was an
Well,
infant.
compared to us two, yes, he looks incredibly young. Yes, I'll give you that.
I don't think you started quite that young, but I found that quite funny about the Haley's Comet.
He's not lying. It's 23 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's not. She doesn't believe that 23 years ago is when he started.
No, I believe that
Oh,
was back
1990.
in 84, 86.
Yeah, I thought it was 86. I think I was like in 5th grade or something.
Yeah.
It was a big, huge deal because we were all
I
about
think
science.
86, you may be correct.
I mean, somebody look on Wikipedia there, but I didn't think I'd live long enough to see Haley's Comet again. You know, I didn't get to see it the
Okay,
first
so
time
with
'cause
the
you could barely see
lottery,
it.
you have to submit like
Well, if you have an active program,
a
you can get put
topic
in a
for your
lottery.
program.
You
just got to have a show.
you
and
need an
it's
active.
easy to
You
get a
need an
show set
open
up.
project.
Yeah.
That you've consulted with the facilitator.
Well, we got to go, but accesstucson.org, and just stay tuned to this channel.
9833.
Thanks for calling.
9833.
GMR! 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 GMR!